Start? Yes. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Veeryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. 20. Ahaminasha, no, it's the 5. Ahaminasha bhajaha ahamahantaya. Ahaminasha bhajaha mahantaya. Spurati hridsvayam paramapurnasat. Spurati hridsvayam paramapurnasat. Ahami nashabhaji. Nashabhaji means nashabhaj, nashabhak, nashabhajau, nashabhajah. This is how it will go. And then 7th case singular nashabhaji. And he has done a very interesting thing by declining the word aham in 7th case, as like marut. What is the 7th case of marut? Maruti, ahami. This is how it is. It's a very interesting and advanced technique. You find it in the Advaita Makaranda also. Supte ahamina drishyante dukkha dosha pravrittayah. Like this. So ahami, it's like a Paninian gesture. You take the word aham itself and decline it, not aham, avam, vayam like the regular declension. But this technique is important. That's why I am mentioning it. Why is it important? Because the I that we are talking about is here ahankara. So therefore it is aham, short form ahankara. So ahami nashabhaji means when the aham dies away, when the ahankara goes, resolves. What will it resolve in? There was no tea break today? Awareness. Okay? What will it resolve in? Awareness. What else is there to resolve in? So, that which is ahankara resolves into awareness. Why? Because it is born. We saw in the last class, we might as well sum up a little bit of what we saw before we get into this, that between the awareness and what did we bring in? The new word upadhi. Between the awareness and the upadhi, which is as though container for this awareness, as though container for this ahankara as well, between that and that there seems to be a samsarga. Some people call it samsarga adhyasa. Maybe where the like the crystal, if you put the yellow flower behind the crystal, what will happen? Crystal will look yellow. So like this, we have the upadhi, which as though takes on the dharma. It doesn't take on the attributes of what is that which has name and form. But what does it do? In association, because it is so clear and free, totally free of form, totally free of attributes, it appears as though it is taking on that form without really taking on that form. There is no better example than the crystal. No other example exists. So, now, when the ahankara resolves, what shines is what? Awareness. Awareness pure and simple. But this awareness is of no use. Why? Because it simply is and it happens to be I. It's not transaction worthy. What does the transaction is the ahankara. And another example we use, not as good as the crystal, but nonetheless very nice. And what is that example? Of the Tapta Ayaf Pinda. Ayaha, iron. Pinda, ball. So this cold, dark colored iron ball is held on the fire. High heat for a very long time. And then you take it out. Then you say, OMG, it's a hot red iron ball. Is it hot? No. The heat is the property of iron ball? No. Is the redness the property of iron ball? No. So here we use this to see that this Jada Upadhi, this is the opposite example than the crystal. This is the Viparita Drishtanta compared to the crystal. So here we use this Tapta Ayaf Pinda to show that this body-mind-sense complex, which is what? Jada, borrows its heat and light Satchitananda from what? From awareness. So the Ahankara also shines like awareness, but it's an imposter. I mean, everything is in awareness, but the Ahankara, along with the free will, aka Raga and Dvesha, take one away from this identification. And so here it says, when this Ahankara resolves into the Aham, which is awareness, Aham Aham Taya, in the form of I. What kind of I? Attributeless I. Before that Ahankara I was what? I am this many feet tall. I am this many feet and inches tall. I am a teacher. I am an educator. What else? I am an idiot. I have this much money. That nobody will say. They will just think, I have this much money. And I have a lot of people who will come running even when I just, snap the fingers in the air. I have people. Peeps are devoted to me. Peeps means people. Okay? Americanism. Some Americanisms are nice. People, who wants to say that? And also, people keep getting mistaken for the tree, people tree. Yeah. Somebody asked me in Rishikesh, they will come from America for 1 week camp. So, is the people tree full of people? I said, no. It's a tree full of people. I said, no. That is people. This is people. But anyway, so peeps is nice. So, before this fellow had so many identifications. I'm this much only, I'm that, I'm not enough, I'm never enough, I'm limited, I'm finite, I'm mad, I'm sad, I'm bad, I'm rad, I have a fad. This was the one. This was the one. Okay? This was the one that was all whatever, but then that one is destroyed. The one means those identifications are destroyed. That person is very much there, otherwise who will identify with awareness? Nobody. Then what happens? Now only I is there. Aham. And what kind of aham it is? Non-declining aham. That's why he declined the word aham itself into ahami. Saptami, ahami, yes. So, Saptami, he declined it on purpose. And now here the ahami becomes what? Aham taya. It's an I which is attribute free. It is attribute free, it is dharma free, color free, form free, name free. Everything is free. Totally free. In all ways, free. This, what happened? In the destruction of the ego, when the fire of knowledge burned up the ahankara, what stood in its place is Lord Shiva wearing the ashes of the ahankara. That is why he wears ashes. Those ashes are the dirt and the dust in which the ahankara has resolved. That's why it's called vibhuti. Vibhuti means I have to see all the identifications that I have with my height, weight, talents, all these things as what? Ishvara's gifts. This is what the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is all about, is it not? The 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, where Bhagavan reclaims intellectual copyrights of everything you think is your quality. I can sing well. Oh, I'm a great musician. Bhagavan says. Not you, me. Not you, me. I am the one. You are not anything. Who gave you the voice to sing? Oh, I had it at birth. In fact, my whole family can sing. Who gave the voice to your family to sing? And their family, etc. No, I took very good music lessons. Who gave you the opportunity to take music lessons? How did you take these music lessons? So this is a very humbling chapter because we dedicate everything that we think it is owed to us back to Bhagavan. Bhagavan says, this is mine too, this is mine too, this is mine too. Yad yad vibhuti mat sattvam Srimadeva urjitam va. Please know all the vibhutis to be mine, not yours. And so here also, in place of this aham, which has had so much, what is that called? This aham has so much history, so much mystery, and so much travesty, all these things. And here is a chair. So then, this aham has so much mystery and so much non-understanding. That's why it has got like the holders, it has holded up this much qualifications. Jnanagni sarva karmani bhasmasat kurute. 5th chapter. It makes it into bhasma. Bhasmi karoti. Meaning, you understand the futility. Bhasma means what? It ashes. Why is it ashes? Because I finally have awakened to my glory to understand the futility of relying on that which is going to turn into bhasma anyway as my identification. That's why the bhasma is best left to Lord Shiva. You just take a little bit as prasada. But sometimes you will see South Indian Pandits covered in bhasma stripes, more stripes than a zebra. Yes, everywhere stripes. Here they'll put stripe, here stripe, here stripe. It's okay, but this is what it is. That in the wake of the knowledge, the ahankara gets burned down. It cannot tolerate enquiry, it cannot tolerate the fire of knowledge. The fire of knowledge is sacred because it can bring the ahankara down. And this is very important, and it will be revealed in the next verse. So by way of a little bit of an introduction, we have to say this, that in every branch of knowledge, the knower is intact, aka the ahankara is intact. There was one gentleman in Pujya Swamiji's time who studied bats, professor. Bat, morning bat, evening bat, not cricket bat. What kind of bat? Bats, yes. Sonar bats, yes. Yeah, COVID bat. Now it's easy to identify them. COVID bat. So anyway, so this, and then very interestingly, the Indian gentleman, his name was Bhatnagar. What will they call him in America? Bhatnagar. Professor Bhatnagar. Always bat. Fruit bat, fox bat, this bat, that bat, all kinds of bats. Small bat, big bat, medium bat. And then, but then, even though his name was Dr. Bat Nagar, but still, he didn't turn into a bat. Yeah, it's not that one day he came to teach in his classroom and then flew in and then what, and hung upside down and gave his lecture. No, he continued to be the Indian gentleman he was. Right? Similarly, a professor of microbiology, steeped in microbes, in the knowledge of microbes, not in microbes, steeped in the knowledge of microbes, does not turn into a microbe. Students are wondering, where is professor, where is she? Oh, she's just crawling, she has just come. She has become a spider. No. But this is the only knowledge where the knower is knocked off. And we happily allow, if we have the adhikaritvam, the qualifications for this knowledge, we are dying to have the ahankara die away. We are happily allowing the knower to be knocked off. Brahmavit brahmaiva bhavati. The knower of Brahman is what? Brahman alone. So the knower is not there. This is a strange knowledge. It's a knowledge without a knower. Every knowledge has a knower. This knowledge doesn't have a knower because this knowledge resolves into I as the knowing being who is forever. That said, let us go to the next verse. Oh no, we can't go to the next verse. One more thing. Paramapurna Sat we haven't seen. So, this Paramapurna Sat means that awareness, the nature of this awareness is given. So, the nature of this Ishvara awareness is given in the form of what is called Swarupa Lakshana. Swarupa Lakshana means the unchanging intrinsic dharma, nature of the I, awareness, which is what? Sat, Chit, Anand. It exists, and then it exists, it is sentient, it knows itself, everything else becomes evident to it, this I, and then finally it is free from limitations. That is why the awareness, when I am this awareness, when I identify as this awareness, I am free of sorrow totally. And that's why we say limitless, because every object suffers from threefold limitations. Like even this flower, beautiful as it is, this flower is not this flower. See? Right? Object-wise limitation. Object-wise means it is confined to only being this object. It cannot be that object. It cannot become the computer. It cannot become the table. It cannot even become another flower. Object-wise limitation. Time-wise limitation. If I keep holding it, flower is, wilted flower is. And then what? Dried flower is, composted flower is. Is never goes away. But what if the flower is totally absent? Let me hide it. What now? Absent flower? Is never goes away because the is doesn't belong to the flower. Even when the flower is not there, isness is. Absent flower is. Non-existent flower is. Even for me to say flower is not here, I have to use the word is. Even in the word is not, what is there? Is. Is. So, it enjoys a limitation, object-wise limitation. And then we have time-wise, this is called vastutaha parichinnam, Paricheda, finitude. Parichedam pushpam. This enjoys vastutaha, this is vastutaha parichinnam. Then kalataha parichinnam. I keep holding it, flower has transformed into compost. Kalataha parichinnam. Here today, gone today. Some things are gone today only. Kalataha parichinnam. And then what? Place wise. Deshataha parichinnam. This is a flower that's occupying this space right now. Oh, but there is a yellow flower outside. That's not the same flower. It's a different flower. So that is why everything in the universe, including one's body, mind, sense complex, suffers from these kinds of limitations, various siddhis of turning into dogs and eagles, etc., notwithstanding. So here, this is what makes me sad. The sorrow is because I feel limited nowhere, no matter where I look. Space-wise limited, time-wise limited. Or how else? The vastutaha. Vastutaha means object-wise limited. Here, paripurnam sat means these three limitations are not there for what we call consciousness, awareness. These limitations do not exist at all. Time is what? Non-separate from awareness. Space is what? Non-separate from awareness. Everything is non-separate from awareness. Awareness is not a product of time. Awareness is not a product of space. Awareness is not anything at all. This is very, very fascinating because awareness is not a product of time. This is very mind-boggling if we understand this. So then we have this, if this much is understood, then what is this Parama Purnam Sat? Purna is that which is free of all these three limitations. The I in the form of awareness is free of these three limitations. That's why it is Purna. Purna means complete. Whereas the individual jiva, Purna or Apurna, before gaining this knowledge, Apurna, not Purna. Not Purna. I feel incomplete. And to complete myself, I keep doing all kinds of things. Study. And then look for a job. Do the job. Still incomplete. Still limited. Then this limited person goes in search of another limited person. For the sake of what? Marriage. Pujya Swamiji used to say, limited plus limited is what? Doubly limited. If it's a marriage, then it is private limited. Nobody knows the limitation in public. Doubly limited. You think the other person is going to complete you. No, it's not going to happen. Why? Because they also want you to complete them. No, I'm not ready for that. Okay. It can't be a one-way street. And if you keep completing somebody else, then who is going to complete you? You have to complete you. And so, this is why the person feels incomplete. Till the day of death, the person feels incomplete. After death, we don't know what happens. Maybe they go and enjoy some Urvashi Menaka dances in Indraloka, etc. And then what? Kshine Punye, when the Punya is exhausted, Dhadamiti Bhartyalokam Vishanti. They just crash back into the world of mortals. Next life, Namaha. Many happy returns. Don't ever say many happy returns when you wish people for birthday. If you are a Vedantin, happy birthday, theek hai. That's enough. Don't say many happy returns. Because the returns are never happy. I visualize, I imagine the baby, newborn baby cries because it was yanked out of a lovely music concert with Kinnaras, Gandharvas and Yakshas. All instrumental, celestial instrumental band. And the band now turned into the bond of birth. That's why perhaps it cries, what? What happened to my time in heaven? Nothing. How do we know this? Mahabharata tells us this. Yudhishthira, all the Pandavas, of course, they are so good, they go to heaven. Where else will they go, poor things? They have done not even a single wrong thing in their life. They go to heaven. Yudhishthira is the first one welcome. Ehi, come, please. And to his shock, he sees Duryodhana there being fanned by celestial nymphs and being peeled grapes being fed. And he said, what is this? What is this idiot doing here? Rakshasa. How did this Rakshasa come to heaven? And the Paricharakas, the Sevaks in heaven. Heaven also has Sevaks. They are called Karma Deva. Yo Karmana Devana Piyanti. In the Taittiriya Upanishad, they are described. The chaiwalas of heaven. Okay. If you are a chaiwala on earth, you become the Prime Minister. If you are a chaiwala in heaven, you become Karma Devata. Okay. So, then what happens? This Duryodhana is in this nice Roman god pose, nicely being fanned and massaged, and nice cream and lotions are being put on him, and somebody is fanning, somebody is dancing, somebody is playing the lute. Yudhishthira gets very upset, discombobulated. He said, "Ye kya ho raha hai? How can this fellow come to heaven?" No, the Sevaks respond. The truth of this is like this. If you have done a small little papa or a small little punya, so small little papa means what? You will go to that hell first and then come back to heaven. He has accidentally, Duryodhana did some punya, we don't know what it is. But he did, I would like to know, but we don't know what it is. He didn't do it on purpose. Galti se kuch अच्छा काम कर दिया. That's what. By mistake he did some good work. And then there he was being fanned and sung to and everything. And then Yudhishthira was told, don't worry, his time is up. And suddenly Yudhishthira sees one big chute opens up and then Adhogamanam happens. Yes. And then the massagers and the musicians heave a sigh of relief. Good riddance to this fellow. And so this is how we know that the time spent in any loka is small, limited, finite. Don't think, Pujya Swamiji is always warned us, don't think you can go and get permanent residency, green card by marrying Urvashi, Menaka. No. Why? Because they are also on temporary visa. It's kind of like the Middle East. Nobody except the people who are born there can become citizens. This is how it is. And so, here also, the same thing applies. Everything in this universe is subject to time, subject to place, eminently finite, and wherever you go, that is where you are still not, what's the word for it, free of incompleteness. Even if you go to heaven, with this kind of a mind, you will feel incomplete. No, but I'll be sitting in front of Bhagavan. Sitting right in front of Bhagavan, you will feel incomplete. Like another, so many Pandit stories are coming. Another Pandit story. Panditji was very erudite, did a lot of Harikathas and everything. Went to heaven. Had a nice small little bungalow, little lawn, and one servant in heaven to keep up everything. No cooking, as I told you, that's it. You stand in front of the restaurant, without paying, your hunger is done. But one helper was there. And Panditji was very happy. All these years of tapas and a simple life, not being greedy for dakshina and not doing all these things, paid off. Totally paid off. I am so blessed. Look at this house. Fantastic house. For 2 full minutes he appreciated the house. Then naturally, with a human mind, he wants to get to know his neighbors and say hello. Huge mansion next to him. 8 servants. One of them is cutting the lawn, and the other one is pruning the bushes, and the third one is watering the trees. And 3, 4 stories, big makan, big, huge, palatial, prasadam, like a palace. And then he said, oh, I have to meet this person, whoever is living here. I have to meet him or her because I only did Harikatha. He must have or she must have done Bhagavatam as well. They must have done Bhagavad Gita as well. Let me go and greet them. So saying, ding ding, he rings the doorbell, only to be greeted by the Gunda from his own hometown. Yeah. Gunda. And he is shocked. He runs away like a small child that rings away and runs away. He runs away. Bhag jata hai. And then he says, I demand to see Indra right now. What kind of justice is this? You don't know what? And Indra appears. And Indra says, what? Is something wrong with your house? Faucet not working? What is happening? Plumbing issue, electrical issue. We have people, don't worry. Don't worry, we'll get it repaired. You're a very sadhu pandit. The pandit says, what do you mean I'm a sadhu pandit? Who is this person next door? Do you know who he is? Yes, we know who he is. No, but I brought so many people to God. Nah, what? Who did you bring to God? Half the people in your thing was asleep. No, but then why did you think he brought people to God? Indra says he sure did. Because whenever he walked on the streets, people ran away saying, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. They remembered me and they suddenly had a turn. They suddenly had a turn and they said, oh, I have to become a devotee. He, because of everything he did, turned more people into devotees than you did. And then always Bhagavan has a sense of humor. It's with a twist. Don't think I did one good karma, it will come back in the same form. It will not. There's always a twist. So going with this kind of a mind even to heaven, this incomplete mind, I will never be happy. Never be happy. I'll look around. Sitting right in front of God, I'll be depressed. Because such other people have been admitted to heaven. So here, Paripurnam Sat means this Sat, free of time, space, object-wise limitations. It is me. This Sat is myself alone and I can enjoy without needing to have an out-of-body experience. If I gain Vedanta Shastra, will my life improve and will all my aches and pains and limitations go away? Yes? Will they go away? No. They won't go away. Why? The limitations don't belong to me. Who do they belong to? All these other finite accoutrements, body, mind, senses. Ayyo, why did you wait till the 7th day to tell us this? If you had told us the first day, I would have done more paragliding. As I had skipped the classes. That's why I didn't tell. So, then what's the use of studying Vedanta? I don't study Vedanta in order to have a strapping young body. That's not in order to improve my health. That's not why I study Vedanta. Perhaps mental health, that's an exception. Mental health definitely improves with Vedanta. But I don't study Vedanta for that reason. Why do I study Vedanta? I study Vedanta so that in spite of the problems, I am free. Even with a limping body, a mind about which you can only say what? Never mind. That kind of a mind, senselessly driving senses, I am still free. This is why I study Vedanta. Now we can go to the next verse. idam aham padabhikyamandvaham ahamilinake apyalayasatya ahamilinake apyalayasatya api alaya sattaya. That is what it is. Idam aham pada abhikyam. This. Idam is this. It's not the idam we have been talking about. This idam means right now, this aham. This ahamkara that we have been talking about, this whole section is about the ahamkara. This ahamkara that I have been talking about, idam aham pada abhikyam, means that which is called ahamkara is free all the time, is free even while ignorant. Bhagavan Ramana says it's free even while it's ignorant. How is it free? Because ahami linake. Linake ahami means when this ahamkara is resolved. When is the ahamkara resolved? No, Atma-Jnanam, don't get all Vedantin on me. This is, I'm saying, even without Atma-Jnanam, that's how I started there. There is a resolution of Ahankara. When does that happen? In sleep. Ayyo, yes. Looks like the sleep has already come. So, Anvaham means dine, every day. Ahani, day by day. Every day, the ahankara, one, even without studying Atma-Jnanam, what do you see? That the aham is resolved. Either in Vedanta class or at night, wherever. Choose your spot, choose your time slot. So, it's resolved. Ahankara is resolved. Meaning, it does not have an awareness of itself. It does not have an awareness separate from awareness itself. In the sense, it doesn't say the sleeping person doesn't say I am a king. The sleep of the king and the sleep of the begging person, are they two different sleeps? The begging person may sleep on the platform in the train station platform. The king may sleep on memory mattress bed. Memory mattress bed means it remembers how you like to sleep. Memory mattress. And the king is sleeping on many layers of cushy bedding and mattress. The begging person is sleeping on the roadside somewhere on a park bench or a railroad station bench. But in the sleep, they have been leveled. That's why we say sleep is the greatest leveler. Why? Because there is no I am a king notion is not there. Ayyo, I am a beggar, give me some money. That is also not there. Neither is the feeling I am a king, neither is the feeling I am a beggar. Then what feeling is there? No feeling is there. What is there? Only awareness is there. Nothing else is there. Awareness unqualified by the upadhi of the body-mind-sense complex. This is all that this verse is saying. Nothing else this verse is saying. This verse is saying, don't think that in Atma-Jnanam something special happens and then suddenly the ahankara is destroyed. No need to be scared of that because the ahankara you are destroying every day. Whenever you go to sleep, what are you doing? The ahankara is getting destroyed. You are choosing to destroy the ahankara. In fact, you can't wait to get to sleep and then you can't wait to wake up. Little more. Every alarm has what? Snooze button. 10 minutes more, extra, extra, extra. Snoozing, snoozing, snoozing. Why? Because one is loth to get up. One doesn't like to get up. Why? Sleep has the same quality. Because in sleep, what are you? Awareness. So sleep has the same quality as awareness. Because in sleep one is pure awareness, unbridled by all the attributes, the finite attributes. So in sleep one is Satchidananda, awareness, Swarupa Lakshana. And then, therefore, when I say the word I has two meanings. I think the next verse is going to talk about that. Let's find out. Is either the next one or the one? Yeah, next verse we'll talk about that. Vigrahendriya pranadhitamaha nahamekasat tajjadam hyasat. So, listen carefully. Vigraha plus indriya plus prana plus dhi plus tamas. That becomes a compound. The whole half of the verse is a compound. Vigraha indriya vigrahendriya pranadhi tamaha. It's an assemblage. See, this is a very important argument in the Shastra as well. Sanghata, it's called. Sanghata, this assemblage. Samhatihi, this assemblage of what? Vigraha. Vigraha means gross body. Indriya means, what is Indriya? Sense organs. Prana, we already know what it means, 5 pranas. Dhi, buddhi, short for buddhi. And then tamas. What is tamas? Ignorance. And the next line, na aham, I am not, should go with the first line. Na aham vigraha, I am not the body. Na aham indriya, neham indriya. And then I am not the mind, senses. I am not the prana. And then I am not the buddhi, manaha. I am not the mind, I am not the prana, and I am also not the ignorance. I am not the ignorance because I am ever alive awareness, which is always there, always alive. But if you don't know how to read this word, we will say vigraha indriya pranadhitamaha, and then we will say na aham ekam sat. No, don't do that. I am not the one non-dual sat. That I am not should go above, upstairs. Take it upstairs, okay? Otherwise, the whole meaning will become, we'll do a headstand, Shirshasana. So, vigraha, physical body, indriya, sense organs, prana, buddhi, and ignorance, naham. Naham goes there. And then, what am I? Aham. Or you can just say na. I am not. Na. Na aham. What am I? Aham. Ekam sat. Ekam sat aham. I am that one sat, one reality. I am that one source of all existence. Why am I not all of these above things? Tat jadam. They are all, because they are all inert. They are inert, what am I? What's the opposite of inert? Earth. No. Sentient. Sentient. I am sentient. How do I know I am sentient? Because that sentience is because of which I am able to call out all the insentient things without no one needing to call out to me. So, therefore, indriya, I am not. Prana, I am not. Why? Because they are all inert. They are all mithya. mithya. Everything is jada. So this vigraha means it's an assemblage, samhataha. The physical body made up of 5 elements. What else do we have? Prana, again made up of 5 sense organs, 5 pranas, 5 organs of actions. They're all functioning due to the physiological systems, pranic system. Very well put together. And then the buddhi means manaha, chittam, ahankara, everything is included. Then what else was there? Buddhihi, tamaha. Tamaha means ignorance. All these are inert. Inert means it is not self-revealing, that's all. It's not a pejorative word. It's not self-revealing. No, but the body is sentient. If you pinch me, what will I say? Ow! Ow, I will say. That means the body is sentient. No. Like the peacock, it is borrowed sentience from the subtle body, which again borrows the sentience. The mind shines in borrowed sentience. Buddhi shines in borrowed sentience. Ahankara shines in borrowed sentience but trademarks that borrowing and doesn't acknowledge that it is borrowed. It tries to trademark Satchidananda, it says it's originally me. Wrong. Ahankara shines in borrowed sentience. Everything shines in borrowed sentience. That which shines in borrowed sentience is called jada, not chetana. Only one thing is chetana. What is that? Aham, as awareness. Now it appears that there are 2 ahams. One is, don't say one is real, one is false. Okay, that's just goo, gaga, baby, Vedanta. Okay, we are beyond that. So what shall we say? One is the direct meaning of the word aham. Aham vachya. Vachya means direct meaning. Aham pada vachya, when I say, I go, I come. Did you eat? Yes, thank you, I ate. What am I referring to? What am I referring to when I say, when you ask me, did you come? Yes, I came. I have arrived. Did you eat? Yes, I have eaten. Yeah, the I, ahankara, that is obtaining in and identified with the body mind cells complex. This is aham shabda vachya. The direct meaning of the word aham yields this fellow with a lot of complexes. This is what aham is, direct. In fact, in ashrams, sometimes they have this funny way of referring to themselves, the sadhus. One sadhu came to Coimbatore, an Adhinam head, in the time of Pujya Swamiji. Pujya Swamiji made him sit down and have his lunch and everything. So this was talking in Tamil. What, how did you do this? So you have arrived. Idu vandadu. This has come. Yes. So, are you ready for lunch? Yes, this is very hungry. When are you leaving? This is going day after tomorrow. This is here for 2 days. I suppose this was to get some space between the I and this and whatnot, but you don't have to go to such lengths. You can cognitively falsify while saying I am going, I am coming, I am meeting, I am drinking. You don't have to go to all these lengths. In some other ashrams, they say Shiva Shiva. They don't say I or you or he, she, no pronouns, no at all, only Shiva Shiva. Some Shaiva Adhinam it must be, and then they refer to each other also as Shiva Shiva. So 2 of these Shiva Shivas landed up in prison, in jail. Then they asked, The inspector came. Inspector himself felt bad. Two sadhus are in jail. What happened? And they explained. Well, this Shiva Shiva said bad things to that Shiva Shiva. The police inspector explained to the supervisor. This Shiva Shiva said bad things to this Shiva Shiva. Now that Shiva Shiva, not to be silent, said bad things to this Shiva Shiva. And that Shiva Shiva, angered, went pada pada, nicely beat it up. That's why both of them are clapped in the cooler to chill out a little bit. You know? So you don't need to go to that length. All we need to do is understand. We also don't need any false eye, true eyes. What is this? False eyelashes you can have, but not false eye. What is this? This is also true. Everything is in awareness. We talked about that. False eye, true eye, intermediary eye. We don't need all kinds of artifice. We don't need this. We need to be grounded, authentic. That is what Arsha Vidya is all about. Authentic. You be real. And if you are in the transactional reality, we know what you are referring to. When you say, I am coming back after 5 minutes, we don't sit and wait for awareness to come back after 5 minutes because awareness is incapable of going, let alone coming back. Correct? So, the first is Aham Shabda Vachya. The literal meaning, the immediate meaning of the word I is this assemblage. This assemblage where the Ahankara is very much identified with this assemblage. Let us not forget that this Samhata I, this put together I, along with the Vigraha, this Indriya, all these things, is blessed by awareness. Let's not forget that. So, Aham Shabda Lakshya. Knowing Aham as Vachya does not give me any moksha. I am still the same old business as usual, jaded, faded jiva, complaining also. Why? Because all this time I know myself. I know the Vachya. Aham Vachya, everybody knows. I am educated up till this many years. I am bringing home an income of this much. I am married to so and so. I am the mother of so and so. I am the father of so and so. Everybody knows. Has that freed you? No. So therefore, when the Vachyartha does not work, we have to go to what? Lakshyartha, the implied meaning of the word I. The implied meaning of the word I is awareness. Satchidanandam Brahma. How is it implied? Because we do a little exercise. To go from Vachya to Lakshya, to go from the immediate meaning to the implied meaning, we do an exercise. We take away all that doesn't belong and everything that is finite. What's finite? In the Vachya, body finite or not? Finite. Mind finite. Senses finite. Everything is finite. It's all taken away. What remains in its wake after doing this cognitive exercise is awareness, consciousness, Brahman, which simply is Sat, and then which is alive, which is sentient, which is totally free from ignorance, Chit. And then finally, because it is Sat Chit, how long is it Sat Chit? Anantam Sat, Anantam Chit. Infinitely it is existent, infinitely it is all-knowing. This knowing being is free from any kind of limitations, and this knowing being is myself, Lakshyartha. Is this much understood? Yes? Okay. Then we can look at it even, in a very interesting way. The assemblage, there is a theory of Samhatatvam. This is also we see in the Kathopanishad. Puram Ekadashadvaram. Avakrachetasah. Avakrachetasah Puram Ekadashatvaram. Very beautiful, fantastic mantra it is. Here is a nagari, a township of 11 apertures, 11 doors and windows. Ekadashadvara. It is put together like a Durga, fortress. Durga means it is difficult to go there. That's why goddess Durga, difficult for people without a pure heart to approach. That's why she is called Durga. And so, here is a township of 11 doors and windows, a fortress, a citadel, if you please. And then it is put together. When you put something together, then what is it for? For something outside of the assemblage, correct? Yeah. When you build a house, the door doesn't say all these windows are for me. And the window doesn't say this house is for me. Ceiling doesn't say this floor is mine. Chimney doesn't say this hole is mine, this whole house is mine. What is the house for? Someone outside of the assemblage. This is called the Samhata argument. Very big argument in the Taittiriya Upanishad when we talk of the Pravesha Shruti. How did this Bhagavan enter all the living beings, not just living beings, the entire universe? In that discussion, this Samhata argument comes. It also comes in the verse that I just briefly quoted from the Kathoka Upanishad. Then, so if something is put together, it's for the sake of something other than outside of the assemblage. So this Vigraha, this body, mind, sense complex, is it put together or not? Yes. Who is it for? Who is the indweller? Awareness, Ishvara, Bhagavan. That's why this is why we can see that this assemblage, it has nothing to do with the one that has as though entered the assemblage. That's why he is talking about the assemblage here. So we can see it, we have seen it from two angles. The first angle is the implied meaning and the immediate meaning, Vachya and Lakshya of the word what? Aham. Aham pada Vachya is what? That's what is Aham pada Vachya, the crying being. Aham pada Lakshya, the knowing, contented being. The objective, contented, non-demanding, appreciative being, compassionate being is Aham Shabda Lakshya. That is one way of looking at it. Then also we see that the Vachyartha and Lakshyartha are very different. And the Vachyartha does not work. Therefore we have to go for the Lakshyartha. Then another way to look at it is the assemblage and the one indwelling the assemblage. The one indwelling the assemblage is conscious, sentient, awareness, and the assemblage itself is what? Insentient. Insentient. So I am not even the ignorance. Why? Because ignorance is an object of my knowledge. That's why I say I need Gurukulam. I am what? Ignorant. When you say I am ignorant, you are actually knowledgeable. Right? Yeah. Eka means non-dually one. Because if we just say Eka, then that Ekam can become half, 1/4, fragmented. Next one. Satvabhasika Chitva Vetara Sattaya hi chet chittaya hyaham. This answers the segue from the previous verse to this verse is interesting because this verse answers the question. What is the question? Okay, fine, fine, fine. You have drummed into my head, I am awareness, I am awareness. I'll be saying that in my sleep also now. And then, what is this awareness? Who lights up this Atma? You only said everything in the world is lit up. Computer lit up, cup lit up, flower lit up, glasses lit up, table, chair, everything is lighted up by awareness. What lights up awareness? Huh? Self-evident, but many people may ask this question. Who don't know this may ask this question. A young child asked me in the meditation. We all meditate upon Lord Shiva. 5-year-old she was. We all meditate on Lord Shiva, but Lord Shiva is always shown to be in meditation. Who is Lord Shiva meditating upon? Answer is Sve Mahimni. He is contemplating upon his own glory. That's what it is. He is always in glory. So this question comes. This question comes because this could also be in the form of a doubt. Right? I have a doubt. What is this doubt? Okay, everything is lighted up by Atma. Ayyo, poor Atma, nobody is there to light it up. We have to find the lighter upper of Atma. Then what will happen? Then we'll have to find the lighter upper of the Atma. Then we'll have to find the lighter upper of the lighter upper of the lighter upper of the Atma. And so that we don't spend our time infinitely in infinite regress, this verse has been provided as an answer. Let us see what it says. Sattva bhasika means that which illumines itself. Sattva. You know, that which illumines Sat is what? Chit. Chit is what illumines Sat. Correct? So what is Sat? Hello, wake up. Yeah. Existence. Yeah. So, what is Sat? Awareness, existence. Chit is awareness. So, what lights up Chit? How do I know I am existent? Chit, awareness, tells me I am existent. In other words, to put it in simple language, I am. How do you know I am? I am because I know I am. That's all it is saying. Got it now? Say yes even if you don't want to. So, Sattva Bhasika, that which is the Bhasakam of Sat, that which lights up the Sat, means my own existence. What lights it up? Awareness, sentient awareness, which is Chit. Chit kva itara, nothing other than Chit. Sattva Bhasika, where is another? Nothing other than Chit lights up existence. So Sattaya hi, verily, indeed in the form of Sat, Chit is. Chit is in the form of Sat, Chittaya hi, in the form of Chit alone is what? Aham. Very beautiful. So Sat is Chit, and then Chit is, there can be no Chit without being Sat, no Sat without being Chit, and then what is I? The awareness which is Chit is in the form of I. Very beautiful. So, confused? I have not even started. Yeah. I just explained the meaning of the words so that you understand what the thing the verse is trying to say. So, Sattaya hi Chit means that Chit is in the form of Sat. So, you see, I am. Forget I. Let us look at flower is. Okay? This should make it very clear because the I is too close for comfort. That's why. So, we'll take the flower. Flower is. Alright? This everybody understands. Flower is means what? Flower exists. So, when I say flower is, we already know isness belongs to Sat. It doesn't belong to the flower. But what is the nature of the isness if I say, then I'll start describing isness of the flower. What is the nature of this flower? Then I'll start describing. It has a nice little place here for the nectar to come to attract the bees. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 petals. And the petals are a bright color again for propagation. And then it has a stem here, a stamen. And this is the flower, right? So what I am describing is the knowledge of the flower. If it's a rose, the petals are like this, the rose hip is like this, the thorn is like this, the leaves are like this. So when I say flower is, what I really mean is flower knowledge is. Now is that less confusing? So between the isness of the flower and the knowledge of the flower, what is the difference? No difference. That's all it means. Flower knowledge is, because this whole flower is nothing but knowledge. Knowledge. The attributes are what? For a purpose. It is put together for a specific purpose. The putting together for a specific purpose is knowledge. Whether it's put together by Bhagavan or put together by a human being, it's put together for a specific purpose. Now everything in the Jagat is not a thing at all. You can say the Sat is meaningless, almost. It's not meaningless, but it's almost meaningless. Why? Because whatever you see is knowledge. Bhagavan's knowledge. Bhagavan's knowledge in the form of the flower, Bhagavan's knowledge in the form of fruit, Bhagavan's knowledge in the form of so many things. Just go outside. Bhagavan's knowledge in the form of ocean and the whole science of waves, how they come crashing, how they are affected by the cycles of the moon, the waning cycle, the waxing cycle, all this is huge. It's all knowledge. When I see the ocean, I see knowledge. And even when the ocean misbehaves, according to me, misbehaves, and there is a tsunami, that's also knowledge. Then, after the tsunami has come and gone, they will analyze why it came. It's knowledge. Flower is, flower knowledge is. What is this table? You can't just say its name in form, it's knowledge. It's put together with a purpose. Even a car is also knowledge. You have to know where to put everything. If you don't know, then it's just an assemblage, samhata. Okay, put it together. You go to the junkyard, take all the spare parts, put together. You don't have car, you have car. That's what you have. Useless. You don't have, no longer you have car. So everything, whether it is human made or whether it is God made, it is all knowledge. The whole Jagat, when I start to look at it like this, as an expression of Bhagavad Jnanam, that's an objective outlook. Suddenly all the complaints cease. Try it. Try it today, and at the next satsang we will take stock and see. Try it today. This knowledge is coming from your mind. You can put together this flower. Okay, good. All right. So that was the correct answer. I can't put together this flower. Mind is also what? Chit only. This knowledge, this chit recognizes itself in the form of this whole Jagat. This chit recognizes that From the standpoint of the total, we say Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. From the standpoint of the individual, Sat, Chit, Ananda. So this Chit is looking at that Sat. This Sat, Chit is looking at that Sat and saying everything is Jnanam, 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 Jnanam. Flower is non-separate from flower knowledge is. You can tear out the petals of the flower, but you can never separate the existence of the flower from flower knowledge. This flower knowledge, yellow flower knowledge is then pink, rose-like looking, maybe it's the smallest rose in the whole world, I don't know. Rose-like looking flower knowledge is, see how pretty it is? Is. And that is what? All knowledge. Therefore, that which illumines existence is what? All knowledge. Chit illumines existence. But then, what is Sat? What is Chit? The two are one. Okay? But here, for the purposes of analysis, you are showing the two things separately. Just for the sake of analyzing and understanding, Sat and Chit are shown to be separate. But they are not separate at all. They are just one and the same, but flower knowledge is. And then you say, when you ask the next question. What is the next question? When does this knowledge come to an end? Never. Never does this knowledge come to an end. Why? Because that's how it is. Infinite knowledge. Samagram jnanam. How do I know this knowledge doesn't come to an end? We again hang on to the words of Pujya Swamiji, who said, every knowledge is up to one more question. You think you know. Yes, I've studied. I'm a botanist, a flowerologist, and then I have studied this completely. I've studied this flower, I've studied its brother, its grandfather, all the species, genuses, everything. I know I'm a genius where flowers are concerned. You ask one more question. What will the botanist do? Shrug the shoulders. I don't know. Why is it like that, and why is this flower like this, and why is that flower like this? Oh, that's because to attract the bees and the the propagators of the species. Yeah, but why is it like this? Why can't it attract in any other way? Why is this shade of yellow and not pink? I don't know. Every knowledge is up to one more question, meaning the human upadhi cannot comprehend, even though the truth of me, the implied words of me is what? Sat Chit Ananda. But here, the Vachya, Aham Shabda Vachya, as in this body-mind sense complex, cannot comprehend the grandeur of Ishvara's knowledge. So this jnanam is just cannot be appreciated totally at all. So therefore, it is endless knowledge. And the existence is what? Endless existence. Flower is, wilted flower is, dried flower is, composted flower is, absent flower is, transformed flower is. It's an endless existence and an endless knowledge. So the word endless is ananta. This anantam sat, anantam chit. That is what it is. This anantam sat, anantam satyam, anantam jnanam. That who is looking at? This I, in a finite body-mind sense complex, is appreciating the total. Very beautiful. And when I appreciate the total, what am I having? I am seeing that I am also the same Sat and Chit. This Sat is lit up by this Chit. With the Chit, which is in the form of what? Awareness, lights up my existence. That's why I say, I am present, I am here. What else can light it up? It's no other Atma that can light it up. That's why we say self-lit, self-effulgent, self-evident. What else have we left out? What? Try it out. Appreciating everything as knowledge. Before the next satsang. Do it on your own time. Yeah. So, chitkva va itara. What is the question? Where is the question? Kwa means where is the question of another chit? Itara chit. Kwa itara chit. Where is another chit? It is verily chit alone. In the form of Sat. Chit abides in the form of Sat. Awareness is in the form of existence, which is I. And there is no question of another I to illumine this I. And I am in the form of awareness. These two are not distinct. They are verily one and the same. That is the idea. So, the ahankara disappears. I mean, this is the cryptic method of Ramana Maharshi, full of puns and all this. That's why each verse is taking so long to unpack, but so short to chant. Very short, precise. You have to have a appreciation of this. We'll stop here because what? Yeah, they are like sutras. They are like aphorisms. We'll stop here because it's heavy, and then get some breathing thing. If you have any questions, I can answer it right now. We can spend 5 minutes, 7 minutes are left. We can spend it in question answer. What? When I say I know I am.
It's the same I. It's like I am aware of my existence. So the same awareness is.
How many awarenesses are there? Okay.
It's the same mind.
That's what he's saying. It's the same awareness. You can't borrow some other awareness from somewhere else. Same awareness. Any other question?
Yes, you see the last portion.
Yeah.
Sat and Chit. I understood it as Sat is dependent on Chit.
No! Please. Yes. It's a Sat that is illumining itself. So Sat is Chit. Right now we are just separating it. Sat is not dependent upon anything. Otherwise, if Sat is dependent on Chit, Sat will become what? Mithya. Sat is not dependent on Chit. Sat is an expression of Chit. Chit is an expression of Sat. Sat, Chit are one and the same. How do you know Sat? Because Chit lights up the Sat. It is not dependent. Chit brings the Sat to light, or I should say this, the Chit aspect of the awareness brings the Sat aspect of the awareness to light.
So where does the Anand come here?
Because both of them are forever. Both of them are forever, they do not come to an end, therefore that Ananta is translated for human in the realm of human pursuits as Ananda. Because if you tell somebody, please come to Vedanta class, you will have Ananta, endlessness. They will say, enough, my life is endlessly boring, my life is endlessly terrible, I am not going to come. Okay? Mark. Ignorance is part of the assemblage. Yes. What is he saying? Say that again. Ignorance is part of the assemblage. Yes. And it's an object, it is mithya. and it's an object of my knowledge, which is what makes me seek a teacher and makes me seek the Shastra in order to eliminate it. The ignorance belonged to aham shabda vachya, the immediate meaning of the word I, not aham shabda lakshya, awareness. Other questions?
What is chit?
Huh?
What is chit?
Chit.
Sorry.
Chit is awareness. Awareness. We have been talking of awareness.
But Sat is also awareness.
Yes. Sat is also awareness. But Sat, when we talk about Sat and Chit separately, Sat is existence, Chit is awareness. This is a parsing only for the sake of dissection. Like in the high school, they make the students cut frogs. Yes. This is a dissection. That's all it is. One after the other. Please raise your hands because everybody is talking. Yes. Adhishthana ananyat, non-separate from Sat. They are just words, yeah. Chit and Sat, they are words. Sat, Chit, Ananda from one's own standpoint, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam from the total.
Like these two verses, they might be
Which one? Yeah, Nirvana Shatkam, correct. Mano Buddhi Ahankara Chittani Naham Nacha Shrotra Jikve Nacha Grhana Netre Nacha Vyoma Bhumir Natejo Navayuhu Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Yeah.
It's also like a natural. So when we say subject
Yeah.
so these are the three separate words, but why?
They are all one. We have to understand them, that's all. In order to understand, we are doing this. You want to take photo of the classroom? Yeah. You can take, no problem. Go walk around and take, no problem.
We can just take it together.
Yeah, we'll take together. Yeah. Yeah. No, take it even now, no problem. We can put in the thing, no problem. So then, yeah.
One more time, I want to ask you are they complementary?
No, they are not complementary. In fact, they are one. They are one. For the sake of analysis, I am saying Sat and Chit. They are one. See, in the opening words, opening mantra of the Taittiriya Upanishad, chapter 2, what is said? Brahmavida apnoti param tadesha bhyukta. It opens with a bang. Brahmavid apnoti param. The knower of Brahman gains the ultimate. And immediately I want to know, I want the ultimate, I want to know what is Brahman. Then when I ask what is Brahman, the answer is given, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. This Brahman is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. The words Satyam Jnanam Anantam are in apposition, not opposition, apposition. Same gender, same number and same case. Samanadhikaranyam. They are in apposition and they all refer to Brahman. And so they don't refer to one another. Parasparam na sambadhyate, at least that is what is said in the beginning. But later on we find that if you really want to, parse the words and see, the word Ananta is complementary to Sat and Chit. Yeah. Sat and Chit are one. Other questions? Yes. Please speak up. You are not speaking up. The term, what?
The terms Astimati Priyam Satchidananda, then the Kathopisha Jnanam, what the missionary just gave, Satyam Jnanam only the first one mean existence because it's very confusing to remember which means existence, which means not.
Sat means existence. Asti, Sat. Asti, Bhati, shines. Chit, Priya, endless. Because oneself is endlessly Priyam to oneself. That's why everything becomes Priyam by its presence or by its absence. Okay. One more question. All right. Lay it on.
We talked about Vacha, Apna and Lakshana Apna.
Lakshartha.
Laksha.
Yeah.
So the Vacha we can say is Nama Rupa and Lakshana Apna Asti Bhati Priya.
Yes, you can say it. No problem. That's a good way to sound conclusion. Okay? Tomorrow we are going out. That's the announcement, right? Oh, I think 8:45 or something. We'll 8:30 it's coming. Oh, good heavens. Okay. All right. So we just better gather here before 8:30 so that we don't. Is there anybody not coming? Good. Everybody, please come. Please join us. That will be wonderful. Huh? What? You are going. You won't come? Okay.
She wants to come, but she is coming.
You come then if you want to come. No problem. Okay. So then, anyway, so then we will meet here. Just 8:25 we can meet, and then there are about 10 places we are going to see briefly, and then there is one Ela before she left, German Ela gifted us with one Hanuman stick. And so somebody can hold it and walk in front so that if anybody gets lost, you can look for Hanumanji. Thankfully, this is not India. Many people are not carrying it. So that's I follow the wrong person. Okay? Anything else? Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Tomorrow evening, depending on when we come back, the class will be either at 4 or at 5 or at 4:30. We don't know. Since we'll all be together anyway, we will announce, we will see what the situation is like. There, for the online people, there will be no morning class because we are having a good time. Not that we don't have a good time at other times, but that is it. Afternoon class, you please keep a watch on.